Ready and racing.
Welcome to the Dogcast for Greyhound Racing SA. Visit grsa.com.au.
Yes, welcome to the Dogcast, brought to you by Greyhound Racing SA. I'm your host, Tim Edwards. GRSA Racing Manager Shaun Mathieson's back with us again. Shaun, good morning to you. You didn't get your winner up last week, but you weren't far off.
No, that's right. Second, but there are no prizes for second, Tim. But that does lead me into your selection, which, of course, got the money and paid surprisingly well.
It did, yeah. Box number 8, My Name's Craig, came out and won at about $5. So hopefully those people who were tuned in have been able to follow up.
It's probably not a good sign. Our selections are blowing in the market, but they're actually winning, so that's pretty good.
Well, the pressure's on us this week. It's a big program, of course, coming up this week. On today's edition of the Dogcast, we're going to preview the massive night on Thursday night. It's the 2021 TAB Adelaide Cup heat, 6 of terrific racing there, 6 heats of the Adelaide Cup. Group 1 glory they're all chasing, of course. We'll also look back at last week's TAB Match Race Challenge Series with the superstar Aston Rupee. What a champion he is, and he fronts up in the Adelaide Cup in a fortnight's time. And we're going to have a chat to Bec Romyn. Well, hopefully that's her pronunciation of her last name, Shaun, because I've been told about 6 different pronunciations of her last name, so we'll finally clear that up with Bec as well. She'll be our guest on the Dogcast. That's all coming up on today's edition.
The Week in Review.
We had a big night there last Thursday night, Shaun. It was the Match Race Series, 4 excellent match races, and you sat here last week and you suggested that Aston Rupee would run around the 29.80 mark. You weren't far off. He ran 29.95.
Yeah, absolutely. I think breaking the 30 seconds, I think a star chaser like that, based on what he did at Sandown, Tim, I think he was always going to break 30 seconds. And when we go through the review of the matches, Weblake Blazer went 30.15 to start with. I thought he might have gone slightly faster. So when that happened, I thought, okay, so 29.9 clearly is around the mark, and he didn't disappoint. A great call by yourself throughout all the matches, Tim, but in particular the last one. What a champion he is. One-on-one, definitely showed his class. Easily took out the challenge, but obviously in 2 weeks' time it'll be a different story when he has to contend with 7 other fantastic chasers.
Exactly, and as you mentioned there, Weblake Blazer took on Danios Charlie. Danios Charlie was good early, but Weblake Blazer sort of moved up mid-race down the back and put him away, and he looked the winner sort of halfway down the back straight, didn't he? Yeah,
I think Danios Charlie ran a really bold race for Lauren Harris. Showed good speed and gave Weblake Blazer something to chase. But, yeah, just his overall strength just at the end told, and he sort of cleared out at the end and posted a 30.15. That had taken out the old time by, 0.2 of a second. So, I mean, pretty impressive by that greyhound who hasn't won a lot of races. It's a greyhound on the way up.
Yeah, it certainly is. The second match race was won by Stout Manelli. He was just too good for Major Major. Major looked a little bit off, I must admit, last week. He was average out of the boxes. Stout Manelli just kept running, and Major never really looked like picking him up.
Yeah, I think both of us agree. We think Major's on his way back, and we're expecting a big run from him. And I suppose Stout Manelli's done nothing wrong. That was his 4th win in SA. Tim Aloisi's got him flying at the moment, jumped to the front, just couldn't be caught in very, very professional manner. Major, I'm not done with him. I reckon, he's still building into this preparation, so I'm still expecting something from him in the next few weeks.
And the third match race was Jack's Well. What a cracker this was. Weblake Jet certainly had to pull out all the stops here because Jack's Well, I reckon, headed Weblake Jet on the home corner, just got his head in front, but Weblake Jet came back. That was Jack's Well's second run back from a spell, so he's going along nicely, heading towards the Adelaide Cup heats on Thursday night. Yeah,
absolutely. I think once Weblake Jet crossed, with his strength, I think most were sort of thinking, it's another win for the All-Stars, but the SA star Jack's Well, ranged up down the back, and as you said, I reckon he headed him, and I mean, it was a ding-dong battle, which you want to see in match racing, right to the line. And the crowd that were on course, which was quite a good number on Thursday night, were right behind Jack to try and get him over the line. But Weblake Jet just out sort of plotted him to the line. They both ran really well, both ran quite quick. But as you said, I reckon there's more improvement in Jack's Well. That was only his second run back.
Yeah, I thought Jack's Well was the run of the series, apart from Aston Rupee, who, of course, we'll get to now. He was able to defeat Rushers comfortably. 29.95. He looked to be visually just gliding around the circuit. First run, first look, He just handled that corner beautifully, and he's just got such a beautiful rhythm, Aston Rupee. And once he had the lead on the rail, he just careered away to win easily, 29.95. Can he run faster in the Adelaide Cup with a field of 7 other greyhounds in the race? If he led, maybe. If he doesn't lead, probably not.
Yeah, it's an interesting one. I mean, he was very professional, as if he'd gone around there, week on week on week. He got the job done. Rush's was a pretty good run. I thought Rush's held on pretty well considering the time that was being run by Aston Rupee. But I think that's the talk. I mean, I think everyone's thinking where will he draw, which will dictate the price he starts.
Yep.
But once we get to the heats later on, Tim, there's going to be some dogs who have high speed, more speed than him.
Yep.
So I've got no doubt he'll have to come from behind in the Adelaide Cup final. So I think he's definitely beatable, but given clear air, I mean, there's really no greyhound in Australia that can hold him out.
No, he's going to take a stack of betting. So he's there already in the Adelaide Cup. Of course, we're talking about the Adelaide Cup Friday, the 8th of October. It's very close by now. I saw Chase's Restaurant have booked out, Shaun, for Cup night. There is still some general admission tickets available.
There is, yeah, general admission, no problems there. Definitely callers, we want you to come along, so you can definitely get in, no problems. But yeah, some of the garden bar which we have and the Chase's Restaurant, pretty much all booked out. So, but general admission. And we saw on Thursday night, many people got to the track just to see Aston Rupee.
That's right.
You're not only going to see Aston Rupee on that night, you're going to see a Group 1 final, the best chasers in Australia going around. There's going to be the Premier's Cup, which we've told about, the Consolate. It's going to be a wonderful night of greyhound racing on the Friday night. So general admission, get there. Going to be hopefully beautiful weather, daylight saving, Tim, so no reason not to go.
That Premier's Cup, just touching on that, that's a very intriguing battle now. That Fantastic Radley got rolled last week. Lashes Manelli came out and ran super. Bedrock Fred, you can totally forgive that run last week. And then where's the truck at? Do we know what's wrong with him? Is he back this week?
Well, he got 10 days for a scratching. He had a wrist injury, and it's been the injury that's been plaguing him with his performance. So Wally, no doubt's working hard to get him back to his absolute best. But, he's just struggling to get his wrist right. Yep. We hope to see him there. I mean, he'll be eligible. His suspension will be up. So hope to get him there. We hope Jeff Britton makes a few through to the final of the Adelaide Cup. We might hopefully see a couple of his stayers come across.
Run Like Jess would have to go towards the Stayers Cup, surely.
Yeah, unfortunately for Run Like Jess, there was no 5.95 for that greyhound, a bit too, where his grade is a bit too great. There wasn't enough dogs to make a race for him. So he's over the 5.30 tonight. Thursday night. So that he needs that run, I think, just to top him off and hopefully then go to the 700 of the Premier's Cup. So I know that's where Tim's heading. His program's been, unfortunately, just disrupted because of no 5.95, but he'll go around over 5.30. That'll hopefully give him a good base for 7.30.
Yeah, it's going to be a super night, Adelaide Cup night, Friday, October 8th. That has been the week in review, and that's thanks to Fresh Pet Food Co. They're proud suppliers of fresh pet food in South Australia. Look them up online, freshpetfoodco.com.au.
The preview.
All right, the preview this week, of course, is thanks to the 2021 TAB Adelaide Cup. It's coming up on Friday, October 8th. General admission is free. You still need to book your tickets online at grsa.com.au. Gates open at 5 p.m. It's a big night. There's going to be free rides there for the kids, Shaun.
Yep.
Lots of entertainment outside the front there. There's a lot more room this year as well. So great facilities. And let's hope we get a really nice evening, no wind, 20-degree night would be absolutely perfect.
Yeah, most definitely. We've moved the fence with the redevelopment closer to the track. So we've got a nice grass area there. So, the picnic rug hopefully will come out for a few people and make a bit of a family night of it. It is a good family night. I mean, the kids love to run around in the kids area. Yeah. And as I mentioned, we get people closer to the action. Anyone who's in the restaurant, not a bad seat in the house. And of course, Tim, the big screen the big screen semaphore board. I mean, what fantastic vision that is.
That's fantastic. And look, that will be perfect for the parents this year because the kids can play off where they need to play and the parents can sit back and have a drink and look at the big screen TV, watch all the interstate races, but as well as get all updates on track as well. So, yeah, it's going to be a super night. Can't wait next Friday night. Right, let's delve into this big program on Thursday night, the Adelaide Cup heats. We start off with a 12-race program. First at 6:37 local time. The first heat of the Adelaide Cup, there are 6 heats. So, Shaun, 6 winners go through plus the next quickest. Is that right?
That's correct, yeah. Aston Rupee's already got his spot, as we've mentioned. The 6 winners and then the fastest second of all the heats will progress through. So, I mean, Tim, we're wrapped. We had 43 nominations for the Cup heats. For this week, absolutely wrapped with the quality field that we've got from interstate and local. And definitely they don't hand them out to make a Group 1 final. So whoever's winning and getting through, they'll have earned it through the heat stage.
Yep, certainly so. Race number 3, the first heat. Let's delve into this race. This is a cracking race. Really intriguing battle, this. Nangar Russ, the Western Australian, comes up with box 1. Stout Manelli in 2, Colden Dato, who's a newcomer to South Australia, trained by Jason Dolan. This will be Jason's first runner as a cup runner. He's only been training a short time. Tidelands comes up with 4, Cayman went for Troy Murray in 6, Victor Hayden 7, and Mapunga Warrior sports the pink box number 8. Well, this is a tricky one. Stout Manelli, for me, I'm with at this stage. I think he might be able to lead. Cayman Wentz got very good early pace. We saw him in the Derby. Mapunga Warrior's box 8 record's not great, but he looked lost last start from box number 1. So this could throw up. I think any one of these could win this.
Yeah, most definitely. I even think Nangar Rust, if he can handle first look at Angle Park, I think he's really progressing well. He's a very high-speed dog from WA. Shane Williams has got him across. I know that Shane wanted him to go around in the match race series, and he just didn't make the top 4 All-Stars.
Yep.
But he's decided to come back. He was a good run last start. I mean, Stout Manelli's been professional, hasn't done a foot wrong. My take on it, I reckon Stout Manelli will come out really well. Cayman went, we know he's got really good gait, box speed.
Yep.
I think he'll challenge early. I think Stout Manelli will push up. I think Nangar Rust just might get the nice run. So I'm leaning to a bit of an upset. If Nangar Rust can get out of the boxes, he's very strong at the end. I'm leaning towards him. Agreed. Mapunga Warrior will take a lot of benefit from the run, and maybe going wider, a bit more clearer air might be good for him. Not to mention the likes of, Victor Hayden's won 2 feature races for the Rasmussen, very strong at the end. And it's a great kick-off to the series. But I mean, me personally, I'm leaning towards Nangar Rust to get the money in this one. Yeah,
Colden Dato is an interesting runner. First up since August. Newcomer to SA, ran a 30.03 Meadows win back in June. So I'm not sure what to make of him, but he's a very interesting runner in this race. And Tidelands, of course, for Nicole Price these days, got the win last start. So, all right, you're with Nangar Rust. I'm sort of with Stout Manelli at this early stage. Heat number 2, we look at this. Aston Cade has come up with box 1. Major, the Derby winner of last year, box 2. We got Fantastic Victor 3, Red Cap Manelli in 4, Mally Magic, the Derby winner of this year, in 6, Weblek Jet in 7, and Daniel's Charlie sports the pink. I had Mally Magic slightly ahead of Weblek Jet at this stage, Shaun.
Yeah, what a good choice that is, Tim, as well. For Mally Magic, I mean, stepped up from Derby Company and was very impressive last week, running 30.30. Couldn't have been more impressive. He just needs to navigate the first turn, Tim, and find out where he is. My only concern with him, and also Weblek Jet, and I think Weblek Jet showed good speed and can race on speed, is there is plenty of speed on the inside. I expect Fantastic Victor to come out humming. I also expect Daniel's Charlie from box 8 to come out very quick as well. He was very quick last week.
Yeah.
I'm going to go slightly different.
Okay.
I'm looking at the speed option. I'm looking at Fantastic Victor to pinch a break. I think he'll lead. He'll
lead.
He'll pinch a break, and hopefully the others just get tied up in a little bit of traffic, and he'll get enough of a gap on them. I think Major will run a better race Thursday night. I think he can find the rails, maybe tag Fantastic Victor early and just get sucked along, and could be a bit of a blowout at the end. But a high-quality race, and as an example, we've both effectively gone all different dogs.
It is that sort of race, and that's what we want to see in these heats. They'll be good betting races too. Heat number 3, Keep It Black comes up with the red here for Angela Langdon. Silverstone, very interesting runner, comes up with box 2. Lightly race type, shows very much above average ability. 3, Spring Lilac. 4 is Weblek Whirl. 6 is Quara Bale. 7, Gemtree Maximus. And number 8, Victor Reed, certainly got his box. Another even race. I'm leaning slightly to Keep It Black at this stage. It's had 2 wins from the red. Solo trialled last week at Angle Park in 30 and 31. I'm with him just at this stage ahead of Quara Bale, who Look, her last win was back at Cranbourne in August over the 520, ran 29.90. She's certainly got some good ability too.
Yeah, I'm with you with Keep It Black. I think box 1 is the key for him. He had the benefit of that trial last week. So I think he has got really good interstate form and really good box 1 form. So I'm with him. Gemtree Maximus showed amazingly good speed last week. I still would like him to be closer to the fence, but I still think he's a big chance of leading this field. So I give him a big chance. And Quara Bale, the class of her, you just have to put her in. I mean, her form might look a little bit ordinary on paper, but just look at the dog she's been running against. I mean, the likes of Aston Rupee and Lala Kiwi, who's in a later heat. I mean, a high quality greyhound. So, but I'll Keep It Black based on the draw, and I'm with you. Yeah,
such an interesting race. Silverstone's a young dog. He's a very smart young dog trained by Ray Murray. It's only his 4th run in 4 months. That's my concern with him, but I've got a massive opinion of him. And Weblek Whirl, she's a Victorian that solo trialled in 30 and 47. She won at the Meadows in 30 and 16 in August. She's another one that probably prefers further, but she'll be getting home hard. So, again, it's a very tricky race. Looking forward to that particular heat. Heat number 4, we have Zipping Walter in the red. The 2 Fly for Tricks. Great to see him win last start. In the white is Mr. Fix-It in 3. 4 Weblek Blazer. 6 Rocket Barsha. 7 Meet Joe Black, who we'll talk to Bec Romyn a bit later on. And number 8 Tanner Max, who found the line well last start. So, for me, this one, Shaun, I think it's between 4, 3 and 2. I've got Weblek Blazer, Mr. Fix-It and Fly for Tricks, the main 3.
Tim, you've been reading my numbers on my paper here. I've got 4, 3, 2 as well. And I think, a bit like you, the reason I've gone the 4, I think he'll just get a nice run into the race. I'm pretty confident Mr. Fix-It on his interstate form, and he did enough in the trial to suggest that he'll lead.
Yep.
And he can win races. He's strung a lot of wins together recently, and he's beaten strong company. But I just think over the 5:30, if Weblek Blazer, based on what we saw in the match race, he can run past Mr. Fix-It. Fly for Tricks for Jane McNichol. So didn't go around last week, so maybe they were just getting ready just for the cup heats.
She doesn't over-race her greyhounds, though.
No, she doesn't. No. So he'll be primed for a big performance. So looking at him running well, and Meet Joe Blackie, so we'll talk to Bec later in the show. God, she hasn't done much wrong with this dog. No. Good big win 2 starts ago, a good 3rd last week. He's on the right path. He could easily run a place here.
Yep. Heat 5, we got Do It. Number 1 for Jeff Britton, the Victorian. 2 Stress the Point. 3 is My Name's Craig, who got the cash last week for us. 4 Shivano for Bec Romyn. 6 is Rushes, certainly not disgraced last week. 7 Adele's Entity. She's been the real live wire of late. And number 8 Weblek Eagle. In this race here, I had Do It on top. Solo trialled in 30 and 47. He did run 29.69 back at the Meadows last year, so look, he's got the red, Jeff Britton. He's got a few ticks in his boxes for me. I had Rushes as second selection at this stage. And Weblek Eagle, he has won from box number 8. He's been racing over the longer journey, so he'll be flooding home late. So I had 158 at this stage, Shaun.
Yeah, I've got the on top of the same as you. I think box 1, good trial last week. Great record from box 1. High-class performer in Do It. So I'm with you. He's very short in the market, though, Tim. I saw the TAB have got markets up on the heats and obviously the overall. He's like $1.50, $1.60. I think it's a bit short for an Adelaide Cup heat, but I do think he will win. He'll probably get out a little bit. I like Adele's Entity to run a bold race again. I've got no doubt. I reckon she'll lead.
She's got the speed.
Yeah, and I think she'll lead, and she might just at this class level, at this stage of her career, might just be found wanting with some of the other dogs getting home hard. I think she'll run a bold race for anyone who supports her, and I did go 6 Rushes. I mean, he's been the best dog in the state for a number of months. Don't be too disappointed. Last week he took on Aston Rupee.
Oh, exactly.
He still ran a good race. I think he in this sort of company, he'll be hard to hold out.
He certainly will. And the final heat number 6, is race number 8. We've got Withers Manelli in the red. 2 is Tyler Durden. In the 3 is Threaten. The 4 is the Oaks winner, Don't Tell Lies. 5 is Stay Strong. The 6 is Lala Kiwi. 7, Victor Grosso. And 8 is Jax Well, who, as I said, was brilliant in the match race, being defeated. Oh, this is a beauty, this one. Look, I want to see Jack Swell get over the line here, Shaun. I want to see him make the final for Cam Busher. Lala Kiwi, she's won her last two. She's flying.
Yeah.
And look, I'm not totally discounting Don't Tell Lies here. She proved the Oaks win was no fluke, running second to the Derby winner last start.
Yeah, most definitely. This is the final heat, so there'll be desperate stakes to try to get in. And it is actually a wide open race.
It is.
I did go Lala Kiwi for the dailies. I think this greyhound is flying at the moment. Won her last two. I don't think first look at Angle Park will worry her. She's got a good record from out wide. I really want to tip Victor Grosso to upset the apple cart here for the big names because I think this dog is flying at the moment. He's just drawn the wrong side of the track for him. If he'd have drawn a bit closer to the rail, I reckon Victor Grosso each way all day. Just out from 7. I just don't know where he's going to be, but if he can get clear running the last half of the race, he was a very impressive winner last week without much luck. Jackswell, have to put him in for third. It would be wonderful to see him, qualify. And box 8, I don't think it's a big concern for him. He'll stay out of trouble. He'll just get around the first bend and hopefully then motor down the back. Tyler Durden short in the market. I just don't know about him. I don't know if he's got enough speed to hold up, and I just don't know where he'll end up. But it's a really interesting heat, the last heat. But I'll get Lala Kiwi on top for mine. All
right, we've got 6 heats to look forward to there Thursday night. 2 questions before we wrap up the preview, Shaun. Will Lashes Manelli defeat Fantastic Radley again on Thursday night, and your best bet too?
The first one, no, Fantastic Radley will win Thursday night. I think that will be another run into his preparation. I wasn't too disappointed last week. He'll be better for the run, so I think Radley will get the money.
Okay. And your best bet, Shaun?
The best bet. That's what everyone's waiting for to get to this point.
Get the pens out.
I'm hopefully, we haven't colluded here, so I don't know what you've bet. Maybe, but I'm going to go race 1, number 1, Deadly Mumba.
Yep.
For the Rasmussens. A really even race.
It is.
They were all heats last week. Deadly Mumba drew box 8 last week in the heat, ran a good, strong second. Comes into box 1. I've always had a high opinion for this dog from box 1, 595. I could easily see him leading, and they're so even. I think he'll be too good because he'll be in front of him.
Yeah, and that was his first run at the 595 last week, so he'll be better for that run. So you like race 1, number 1, so we'll get the cash early. I like race 10, number 2, Springvale Maddie. I reckon this is a slight class drop for her to what she's been in of late, and I think box 2 suits. She's got a 30 and 60, which will be good enough to win this race. I felt she might just get the right run for Shirley Barber. So race 10, number 2, Springvale Maddie for me. So it's a tricky night. Adelaide Cup Heat night is always hard to find good things on the program because obviously, we got 6 heats of the Cup. So, but you like race 1, number 1. I like race 10, number 2. That's been the preview. That's all thanks to the 2021 TAB Adelaide Cup coming up on Friday, October 8th.
The interview.
Okay, the interview on the Dogcast today, of course, is with Bec Romyn. Now, Bec, welcome to the Dogcast. You've got Shaun and Tim. Now, just correct me if I'm wrong. Is it Romyn or is it Romyn? I've been told 2 or 3 different names.
You got it right the first time.
Romyn, okay. Well, that's what we're going with. All right, excellent. How are you, Bec?
Good, thanks. How are you?
Good, thanks. Obviously, an exciting time for you. Before we touch on your runners there tomorrow night or Thursday night at Angle Park, obviously, you started your career in Victoria. Tell us the idea about coming from Victoria to South Australia back in 2020.
Yeah, we've been here about 14 months now. It's been a good change. Nice scenery, beautiful place. Can't complain.
No.
But yeah, came from Victoria and we just needed a change, and this came up and we thought, why not give it a go?
And you got a couple of kids. The family was all keen to come?
Yeah, everyone. I was surprised, actually. It wasn't a hard task at all.
How have they found the lifestyle, I guess, from Victoria to... you're based at Two Wells?
Yeah, 2 Wells.
Are they enjoying it out there?
Certainly are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you've had a lot of success. You've had a lot of success, Bec, since you've been here.
We sure have.
Yeah. And Murray Bridge, I was going to say Murray Bridge, the straight track, has certainly become one of your hot spots, I guess you could say. So many winners up there. Do you trial up there much?
We do. Yeah.
Yeah?
Got to give them a look down the straight. But most of our dogs actually just love going there. I know the prize money isn't much, but the dogs just love.
They love the straight track as well.
Straight track.
Yeah. And I'm trying to think. I think, was it 5 winners in one day, your record up there? Was it more than that?
I think we've had 5 twice, but one would have been 6, but I think it was in my daughter's name.
Ah, right. Yeah, well, that's
I think it was 5. Our record's 5.
Yeah, a very good training performance nevertheless. Bec, you've got an exciting time Thursday night. You've got a few runners in on Thursday, but let's talk about Meet Joe Black first. He's been the model of consistency. He's had 45 starts now for 16 wins. Look, he wasn't disappointed last start behind Fantastic Victor. He just found bother, and he hasn't found bother like that for a little while, has he?
He's getting used to box 8, that's for sure.
He's getting wide box draws, isn't he?
He gets terrible box draws.
Mm.
Can't be helped, but he's such a strong dog. He chases so hard. He just needs a bit of luck, that's all.
Yeah.
Thursday's going to be a bit tricky for him. I think it's 7 dogs in that field.
Mm.
And he's 7, which isn't in his advantage at all. But you never know, a bit of luck.
Yeah, well, I'm just
won't be him pointing us. It's just he just needs luck. That's all. We know he'll try.
Yeah, I'm just looking through his form guide, and he hasn't won from box 7, but he's won from most other boxes. He's won from the pink as well, but you're suggesting he probably prefers it closer to the rail?
Yeah, definitely. He won 2 starts back, and he had the pink at Angle Park. It was such a good run, that one.
Mm.
He tried so hard. And then the week before, when 2 weeks before that, he had the red and he won, and then the week after he had the 8 and didn't do so well, but no, he tried.
Yeah. Did you think, 12, 14 months ago when you came to South Australia, you'd have an Adelaide Cup runner in the heat?
No, we had no expectations at all. Just kept it simple, and then whatever happens is a nice surprise.
So it'd be a massive thrill if he could get it through for you.
Yeah, we also have Shivano in the Cup heats as well.
Yeah, I was just about to touch on him. Now, Shivano, we'll touch on him. He's in race number 7. There was a bit of money for him last start, Bec. Was it any of yours?
A little bit. We have high hopes for that dog.
Mm-hmm.
He's been going really well. That was only his second 500, so we're up with his run.
Mm. He looked like he was going to win on the home corner. He certainly got the better of Adele's entity, but then she came back.
Yeah, he ran off just a little bit too much, I think, for her, and then she took advantage. But, yeah, if he kept to the rail a bit, he would have been right, I think. So hopefully he learned from that. It's his Thursday.
It's his third start over the longer distance. Who's the better dog of those two, Shivano or Meet Joe Black? Sorry?
Both chase so hard. I'll have to say Shivano should be the better dog. He just hasn't had as much experience over the 500, that's all. Meet Joe Black's definitely a stronger dog. But Shivano, if he just has a bit of luck, he should go well. Okay.
And will any of those...
box 4 bother him. He's got box 4. That shouldn't be a bother to him.
No, not at all. Now, will any of those two, Bec, go towards a Gawler Cup preparation if they run well on Thursday?
Yes, hopefully. That's the plan. Although there is another race we're thinking about too, so we'll just see how they go Thursday night. Okay.
All right, well, they've both got great chances there in the Adelaide Cup heats. You had another runner in there on Thursday night as well. You've got Rockstar Ruby in race number 1. Now, she ran really well last start. It was her first look at Angle Park.
Yeah, that's right. We just recently bought her. She's such a beautiful bitch, beautiful kennel dog. So hopefully she can put it together this week.
And how many in the kennel for you, Bec? How many have you got working at the moment? It seems like you got a few.
Not really. There's 20-odd racing, 25 race dogs.
Yeah. Busy enough?
Yeah, we have a lot of pups in the shed as well, just to get them ready before they go to the breakers and for pre-trainers. But only race dogs, we only have about 20, 25.
Mm-hmm. And what's been your biggest win so far as a trainer?
The one I enjoyed the most was Angry Trip over in Victoria when he was in the Speedster.
Okay.
He didn't win overall, but he won his match race, and that was exciting enough for me.
Well, let's hope one of your boys can win tomorrow night or Thursday at Angle Park at least anyway in the heats, and that'll be a big thrill for you and your team and your family that moved over here.
Certainly will. Yeah, we're looking forward to it. It'll be such a good night.
All right, no doubt you're on your way to Murray Bridge right now, Bec.
I am not. My daughter is going today.
Okay.
I have a day off.
All right, well, enjoy the day off. Get yourself ready for Thursday night.
Thanks very much.
Thanks, Bec.
All right, see you.
Bec Romyn, Shaun, that's what we're going with. That's what we're sticking with. I've had a million people tell me it's something else, but we're sticking with what Bec suggests. And that, of course, she would know. Bec Romyn, that's her name. So, she's got 3 good chances there on Thursday night. Look, we hope that one of the locals can get through to the final because we want to see one of the locals get there. Whether it's Shivana or Meet Joe Black, time will tell.
History always says, Tim, that not all the favourites win heat races. There's always one or two, and the South Australians always produce a performance. I've got no doubt we'll get a couple into the final. I can't. Hopefully, it's a couple we've tipped today, but if not, I mean, they'll all be doing their best, and hopefully, get a bit of SA flavour through there. And you just never know. Once you're in the final, anything could happen.
Exactly right. Now, we'll be back next Thursday. Of course, the Adelaide Cup is on Friday next week, so we'll be back Thursday to preview the big night and look back at this week's results as well.
Yep. Fields come out on Tuesday.
Thanks, Shaun.